Hello, everyone. It's Royce here, and I want to thank you all for joining me on the Royce in the House YouTube channel, where we now have 271 videos that you can watch at any time you'd like, multiple playlists from music to tours of famous places and beyond. Okay, so check us out. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss any of the shows. At least you'll know when they're coming on. So, anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about the one and only absolutely amazing Elton John. Not just Elton John, though, Elton John's partner and writer of most of the lyrics of most of his songs, and they do co write as well. But Bernie Taupin. So, this is going to be a great show. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of Elton John. In fact, I've seen Elton John. Well, hold on one second here. I want to say hi to James. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. How you doing? Dr. Rick, good to see you, brother. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining. Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about Elton John. Okay, a lot of people may not know this, but Bernie Taupin, uh, the main lyrical writer for all of Elton John's songs, was interviewed just last month, September 8th, 9th. And he was interviewed by a magazine, a musical magazine, and he talked about what's going on with him and Elton John. Okay, so I want to say hi to the Music Sanctuary. Hi to my good buddy Dan Goucher. Appreciate you guys all showing up. Anyway, so let's get into the story here a little bit. Then we'll have a lot of time to look at albums and just chat. Okay, Bernie Taupin revealed he's writing new music again with Elton John. Okay, in a recent interview, like I mentioned. Okay, John and Taupin were introduced in 1967. How did the pair meet? Well, they replied to an advertisement placed by a music magazine, NME, Liberty Records, searching for singer songwriters. That's how they met. They both replied to the same ad, responded. Okay, so in the new interview, Bernie Taupin has confirmed he's writing with Elton John again for the first time since 2016. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited about that because I saw Elton John for the first time where I saw most of my early concerts as a teenager. And that was at the Las Vegas Convention Center. I grew up just outside of Las Vegas in Henderson, Nevada. Elton John came 1970, I think 1971. And it was just a great show. We were all big fans. He was really popular at that time and has continued to be really popular. But he came out and he was wearing these gigantic sunglasses. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. The sunglasses were like about this big. He'd do one song, he'd take those off, put them down, and pick up another completely different style of gigantic sunglasses. He wore a different pair of sunglasses for every single song that he did. And that was really hilarious. Anyway, so, okay, so Elton John and Bernie Taupin are one of the most successful songwriters of all time. I mean, they're right up there with, John and Paul and, Mick and Keith and so many others. But I mean, they're just fantastic, fantastic as a team. Okay. And they're one of the most successful songwriting partnerships of all time. When Elton John and Bernie Taupin get together and start writing, put their heads together, the end result was often a classic song that would be remembered for generations, folks. The proof is in the pudding, okay? Given they've co-written timeless tracks like Your Song, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I have that album. I have it twice, actually. Tiny Dancer, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on You, on Me. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, okay. Candle in the Wind, I'm Still Standing, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. I mean, the list is just insane. And how could we forget the Cosmic Ballad? And you know what? When you talk about cosmic ballads, I actually have a little story to go along with that comment, because And we're talking, of course, Rocket Man. Now, it's been 4 or 5 years now. Elton John had his $1 million piano show, and that show was at the Forum at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And my wife and I, Betty, were sent tickets. They just comped them to us. We used to go once in a while to Vegas. Haven't gone much since my mother sold her house and moved out here, came to live with me for 5 years. And my younger brother left the area. So I don't have any relatives anymore. I still go back to the Henderson, Vegas area for things like class reunions and to see some of the oldest friends I have. Some date back to 4 years old. But anyway, so we got invited to come back to the Caesar's Palace at the Forum and watch Elton John's $1 million piano show. And the reason I brought this up, because I just mentioned the song Rocket Man. And what an amazing show that was. And the reason it was called the $1 million piano, okay, the Forum's not a big venue. You know, it kind of reminds me of Vina Robles, where I just went to see Jason Bonham, and I've seen Alice Cooper, and he's coming back in a couple of weeks. But anyway, the Forum's a small venue. There are no bad seats. Elton John came to the Forum. He had like 2 drummers with complete drum sets, another drummer on the conga, just a fantastic backing band. Of course, he can afford whatever he wants. You know, he's Elton John. So he had great musicians playing with him. But that screen behind him, that massive screen behind him, and depending on what song he was playing, the screen, there was a completely different screen. Like when he was doing Rocket Man, there was this celestial, scene, galaxies, stars, everything. And it was moving across the screen. Well, $1 million piano, the rim of the piano, the band that you see that runs around the outside, had the same scene that was up there on the screen behind him. That same scene was moving across his piano on every song. And I can almost believe that cost $1 million to make that piano. But anyway, so I've seen Elton John in concert twice. Really enjoyed both shows. And, like I said, Rocket Man, his trademark song, has been synonymous with the Bespectacled Star, which served as the finale to the final ever UK performance at Glastonbury. Okay, so let's see who else has come in here lately. Well, just so many friends. Okay, of course, Elton has reaped the rewards and plaudits. The bottom line is for his partnership, because he's the front man. He's the flamboyant face and voice behind the stage. But behind him, all the way, and this is in Elton John's own words, without Bernie Taupin, there would be no Elton John. And that's how important Bernie has been. I can remember as a teenager, whenever you said Elton John, somebody would say Bernie Taupin. I mean, Bernie Taupin didn't go out on stage and perform any songs, play any instruments, didn't do any singing. He wrote the songs. And Elton would collaborate, but Bernie was the main writer, just as Elton John was the main writer of the songs on the piano. Okay. So that's what the partnership was all about. Again, if it wasn't for Bernie, there would be no Elton John. The last album together now was 2016. Okay, Wonderful Crazy Night, and they wrote I'm gonna Love Me Again. Okay, for Elton's biopic Rocket Man, which was sung by Targan Egerton in 2019. Okay. In a recent interview with Vulture, however, Bernie Taupin confirmed that he and Elton are writing together now and preparing to enter the studio. Okay, that's like breaking news as of September. They're preparing to enter the studio. Maybe they've already entered the studio. So what are we looking at, folks? We've got Hackney Diamonds coming out by the Rolling Stones, Alice Cooper new album, Metallica did a new album. Now it looks like Yes did a new album. Now it looks like we're going to get a new Elton John album. And I'm pretty damn excited about that because I've been a fan my entire life. Excuse me, folks. And yes, that's just water. Okay. So, okay, we'll move on here. Okay. Since Elton has brought his touring career to a close, he's likely itching. This is Bernie talking again, itching to get back in the thick of it again. Okay, especially playing piano on a couple of tracks on Hackney Diamonds with the Rolling Stones. I have an interesting story I'll tell in another show, maybe a short video, but it's why Elton John and Keith Richards hate one another. So I've been thinking about doing that little show for a long time, and so it caught me by surprise when Elton John was actually playing with them on Hackney Diamonds. Okay. So yeah. So again, Bernie confirmed it. Oh yeah, we're coming up with the ideas right now. Okay. Let's see. So the news will likely come as a huge treat. This news it will likely come as a huge treat because I've only seen it once. I came across it once. If you do a search, you'll find it. Is Bernie Taupin and Elton John writing new music right now? You'll find it, but it's not really very publicized. I only saw it the one time. Okay, so it'll be a treat for fans, which indicates they are both still as enthusiastic as ever, even in the twilight of their careers. Okay, and now they're entering the tail end of their long careers. Bernie recounts the many successes. Okay, both personally and professionally, he has shared with Elton. Okay, look at we've got Novice Nick. Novice Nick is here. Yeah. Hey, folks. Anybody feel like joining me? I'll put a link up. Novice, Kate. I mean, anybody in the chat is welcome to come on and do some co-hosting. Music Sanctuary, Dan, Dr. Rick. Anybody wants to? I'm going to go ahead. I'll put a link up right now, and you're absolutely welcome to come in and join me and do some co-hosting duties. Okay. All right. The link to join is up, folks. Yeah, a novice Nick, thank you. He's asking everyone to hit the like button. That's actually more important than a lot of people realize. The YouTube algorithm pays attention to how many likes you're getting during your shows, and what happens is it encourages the algorithm uh, to present your show to people that are searching for content. And that all that stuff helps build the shows. You get more subscribers from that. You get some more regulars watching your show and enjoying it, telling their friends about it. So hitting that like button is kind of a big thing. Of course, being a subscriber is too. But anyhow, so let's get back to the show. We hash that out every time. Okay, so okay, so anyway, so Bernie revealed that one of the songs he wrote, which fills him with the greatest pride, it was it's 1989's song "Sacrifice." It's so realistic, and it comes from a place of real pain. It's almost the antithesis of the song of the song "Your Song," which, according to Bernie, is so virginal. He explains. Wow. They really get into this, don't they? That song's virginal. That's the start of the journey on how you perceive love. Sacrifice is the book end to that, where you find out that love is a tough game sometimes. Oh, yeah. After disputing that Elton's golden age was during the 70s, Bernie went on to say, it's complete bullshit. Okay. Not all of those are even great albums. Bernie discusses one of the later songs he wrote, which he considers his favorite from that era. Excuse me. I Want Love from 2001 is one of the best lyrics I've ever written, says Bernie. And that came from a real place. Okay. And Robert Downey Jr., famous actor, famously appeared in the music video, and Bernie admits it was a particularly personal song for him. Okay. It was written at a point where I had given up on finding the kind of relationship I was looking for. It's a pretty cynical song, but at the time you see it through the person who wrote it. Okay. Elton John, I Want Love, Candle in the Wind, a timeline of Elton John and Princess Diana's precious friendship. Watch the time Elton John joined Shania Twain for incredible one-off duet. Uh, watch the exact moment Elton wrote Tiny Dancer on the piano in 1970. Elton John and Madonna's feud explained. Interesting how many feuds there are. I've come across so many things. I come across, like I said, Elton John's feud with Keith Richards, how that all got started, some of the things that happened during that. Um, come across some crazy stories, like John Lennon hating John Wayne, the country and western actor that we all grew up watching, or at least the older ones of us did. And so much crazy stuff out there. So anyway, he had a feud with Madonna. Why the pop legends fell out after discussing his and Elton's many ups and downs. It was just a matter of being uncommunicative with each other and possibly drugs. Seems like drugs share a role in so many things with these guys. Okay. He said frankly about their split in the 70s. Bernie split with Elton. Hold on, we got a co-host joining us.
That's
It's
good morning.
it's
Well,
not Nick. How you doing, man?
I'm well. Let me fix my a picture here because
Didn't
nobody
see you
nobody.
online with
There
let's
we
see,
go.
David.
Yeah, we just didn't need the whole room
Yeah, and
behind
he
me.
he was in Sweden or something like that for the show, right?
Yeah, he was due to be there for 3 weeks, so he's been there on multiple occasions
Yeah,
for
yeah.
work. Yeah, I spoke with him earlier today. He's doing well.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've come across his video. I haven't had the time to watch it yet,
Yeah,
but
he's
I do want. It looked like a pretty long one, close to 3 hours.
yeah. It was only supposed to be. It was like 4 in the morning when he got offline. Yeah, it was only going to be an hour, and you know how an
Oh yeah, yeah.
hour
No,
translate.
believe me,
It's like a
my la
football game.
my
There's
last
a
show
minute.
my last show went close to 2 hours, and I was trying to cut them. I've been trying to cut them at an hour. Hey, we
Well,
got Dusty Spins has joined us. Yeah, like I
thank
said, Chris Elliott's here. Hey, everybody. Hi, hello
you.
everyone.
I
It's
don't
been
know
a
if I'm
while. Hey, it's great to see you, Chris. I'm gonna go ahead and put up a another another link if anybody else
sure.
wants to join us.
I
Because
see. We're
guys, you're all welcome.
talking Elton John tonight,
Yes, we're talking Elton John tonight.
so I'm sure you're familiar with Live from Australia.
I'm actually not familiar with that particular one.
If do you like Elton John?
Oh yeah, I've seen him twice in concert.
Okay, it's a must-have album. It's
Okay.
live. It's incredible. It's a double album. It
Oh,
was
good.
actually it was gifted to me. I had not heard of it, and I fell in love on the first spin of that record. And I
No kidding.
and I've been listening to Elton since he started.
I used to have no, I saw him in 71 at the Las Vegas Convention Center, then 4 or 5 years ago at the Forum at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, the $1 Million Piano Show. And
Yeah.
both of them were fantastic. So anyway, getting back to
Oh,
Bernie Taupin talking about Elton John and stuff, uh, talking about when he first moved to London and moved in with Elton. Bernie recalled, we got on great. We were inseparable. Okay, we never fought. I mean, it was really just him and me against the world. He was certainly more cosmopolitan than me. He played in bands. He traveled around the continent. So obviously, he'd done more than I had. This is Bernie Taupin's interview,
yeah.
um, and I was well read. I was well versed in the arts, but I was very shy. I was pretty sensitive, says Bernie, and Elton understood that. He was definitely a big brother. He adds, even after so many decades, there's still evidently more to come from Elton and Bernie because they are in the studio writing songs, man. Okay, so let me just briefly go through a list here. I've got a list of awards that were awarded to Elton John and Bernie. Okay. Elton John sold over 300 million records worldwide during his 6-decade career in music. That's pretty amazing. He has more than 50 top 40 hits. In the UK singles chart and US Billboard Hot 100, some 9 number ones in the UK and US, as well as 7 consecutive number one albums in the US.
Yeah.
His 1973 double album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and his 1974 Greatest Hits compilation album are among the best-selling worldwide. I mean, how amazing is that? I mean, his tribute single, Candle in the Wind, 1997, a rewritten version of the 1974 single in dedication to Princess Diana, sold over 33 million copies worldwide,
Yep.
and is the best-selling chart single of all time. Did you know that? I mean, I absolutely did not know that. Okay.
There's a funny story behind that with me. It's
Okay,
go
ahead.
When it hit, I was angry at the world. That song went to number one. It was a great song. And I would have enjoyed it more, but my sister had passed, and everyone was, loving and caring for Diana, and I couldn't give a rat's backside because I had lost. My sister, the girl that taught me how to tie my shoes. She was 4 years older than me, so figure it out.
Nick, how old was she?
She was 41, way too young. Yeah, she
that's
had
crazy.
two children that weren't teenagers yet. It was horrific. So I really didn't care.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah,
that's okay.
No, I don't blame you. I don't really get in all the pomp and ceremony from across the pond. It's in your face quite a bit whenever anything's going. Change.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, she had 2 young boys, and
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I couldn't care.
The crazy parallels here. I lost a brother and a sister, an older brother and a sister, 6 months apart, and they were both in their 40s. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. My sister had 2 preteens also. In fact,
your parents were alive?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the hardest thing in the world, and your poor parents had to do it twice in 6 months.
Right.
Was to take mom away from. Yeah.
Yeah. My sister Donna's youngest child, Milana, was only 6 years old when it happened. Yeah. And then Damon, I think
we have
Damon
questions.
Was 9 or 10.
If we're good enough to make it to heaven, we have preloaded questions that we've carried with us for some time now, right?
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
But I'm not here to bring down the stream. I just wanted to.
I appreciate that. I'm going to say hi real quick to Star Trekker, who's just joined us. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Saw you on Rachel's show this morning. I was in there during the Melinda Murphy and her husband interview. That was fun. I had to leave right after that. I had a bunch of promised work to do around the house for my wife, and I spent all day outside baking. But anyway, so back to the awards that Elton John and Bernie received. John received 5 Grammy Awards, 5 Brit Awards, including 4 outstanding contributions to music, 2 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, a Tony Award, a Laurence Olivier Award, excuse me, a Disney Legend Award, and the Kennedy Center Honor. In 2004, Rolling Stone ranked him 49th on its 100 list of 100 influential musicians of the rock and roll era. That's not bad. I'd take it. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1992 and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1994, and is a fellow of the Ivors Academy. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for service to music and charitable services in 1998, and was appointed a member of the Order of the Companions of Honor by King Charles III, then Prince of Wales, in 2020. Okay, also, he's known for his work on stage and film, okay? He wrote the music and lyrics for the Broadway musicals The Lion King, Ada and Billy Elliot, the musical. Okay, also wrote the song for the Disney animated film The Lion King over in 1994. Okay, over his six decade
Yeah.
career. Oh my God. Uh, John also received 34 Grammy Award nominations, receiving 6 wins. Uh, let's see. He also received the 3 Tony Award nominations, winning for Best Original Score for his work on Broadway for The Lion King in '98, Ada in 2000, and Billy Elliot the Musical in 2009. For his work on film, he received 4 Academy Award nominations for Best Original Song for Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Okay. From The Lion King, and I'm Gonna Love Me Again for Rocket Man 2019. So that's a pretty amazing. I don't think I've read a list that long before right now. Okay, that is just huge. So I just want to ask, is everybody here I'm asking in the chat, is everybody here a Elton John fan? You guys all like Elton John? He's a tremendous artist. So first of all, I want to show a couple of albums while we're chatting. This is Elton John, self-titled. Okay, and it seems like almost every Elton John album is some kind of a gatefold. Some of them are unusual, where you grab them from the center and pull
Actually,
the
don't
next.
have one that one. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, here's
I'm
the
a
band
huge
the
fan.
band at the time. Of course,
Yeah.
these members are going to change from time to time. But there's let's see, there's Bernie
Yeah.
Taupin, songwriter right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a great album. I got another one I want to show, and that's I don't know what happened to all my Elton John albums. I swear to you, it seemed like last year I had twice as many. Madman Across the Water and so many.
Right.
But this one is Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, starring Elton John, of course.
Yeah.
Boy, that ring light's really reflecting. Pretty close to the same on the back.
Yeah.
What's fun about so many of this stuff, so many of these albums that Elton John puts out, unusual gatefolds, and you almost always get a little something extra. Okay. Let's see.
Well, with Elton, you always got a little something extra anyway. He's a heck of a showman. He reminds me a lot of Liberace in a way.
Liberace, right?
I've seen it. Yeah, the showmanship for sure.
Yeah, the showmanship. Yeah. He's quite a character.
Some people are just born, and very few actually get to thrive in what they love to do and share it with the world. He brought his gift to the world, and I think the world's mostly grateful.
Yeah, no, this is a really good one here. I was wondering where that was. I thought I skipped it, or it was one of the other covers. But here's Elton. Here's a very young Elton John.
Yeah.
And a very young Bernie Taupin. I thought this was a great one right here.
That's a nice insert.
Yeah, that's a nice insert. So I'm going to put that back away. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened to all my Elton John. I do have Captain.
I'm sorry. James says Elton John is one of his favorite one-hit wonders. One hit after another, maybe.
Hey, my buddy Psycho Platters has joined us.
There he is.
Psycho Platters, how you doing, bro?
Good evening, Paul.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. Good to see you here. Saw you at Rachel's this morning as well. I think I said hi to you. Okay, Captain Fantastic. This crazy song, crazy name of this album, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy. But look at the crazy scene that's going on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little busy.
It's a little busy. Yeah, this is a wild album right here.
I'm going to fetch that album so you know what it looks like. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. If you study this. These pictures here, it's just insane. Getting all tongue-tied here for some reason. Okay, so let's see. Do we have any inserts, any pictures? No, that's just the old sleeve that I have since upgraded. Okay. All right, now I have another little story to tell about Elton John here. More about my search for Yellow Brick Road. I have not had the album Yellow Brick Road since I was a very young, very young. And I don't know if I was a teenager or a couple of years older than that. But here's what happened, okay? I had been searching for a super clean, hopefully original pressing of Yellow Brick Road for about 6 months. And there's some big used stores here and some antique stores where vendors come in and keep the shelf stocked. And what you'll find is I found a lot of great Rolling Stones and Zeppelin and all kinds of things at these antique stores. But I could not find Yellow Brick Road. I came across it a couple of times. The covers were beat up. The vinyl was marginal looking. And so I passed on it. So I go down to one of my favorite record stores, Boo Boo Records in San Luis Obispo, California. And I come across a brand new Yellow Brick Road. Okay. And I thought, well, I'm not going to wait anymore. I may never find a clean used copy. So I bought this and very happy to buy this and came home and started listening to it. It's one of those albums I was talking about, Nick, where you have they've got these unusual gatefolds, this one opens from the center. But anyway, this is a real cool thing here. Now, what are you showing there?
This is the yellow limited or gold limited edition number 494 out of 1700 limited.
494 of 1700. That's cool.
Yeah, there we go.
And which album is it? Oh, Yellow Brick Road. Okay. Does yours open up like from the center, your gatefold like this?
Whoop, I just lost an insert.
I'm glad it wasn't the album.
Yep.
Yeah, everything looks the same. Yeah, okay.
Except for this is a number, and it's the yellow. And
yeah, you got the fancy vinyl. What did I get with mine? I've just got the basic
MP3 download as well.
Oh, okay, cool. The basic black, but like I said, it's brand new. And but the other half of the story is
it's 2 LPs, right?
2 LPs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The other half of the story is, okay, I had been searching forever for a clean used copy of Yellow Brick Road, and I finally broke down and bought a new one because I wanted the album. I wanted to be able to listen to it.
That's what I did.
And I'm not exaggerating. It sounds like I'm making this up. But the very next day, I went to one of my favorite used vinyl stores. It was an antique store in Paso Robles, California. And guess what? I find a pristine original pressing.
Nice.
This is an original pressing.
Oh, nice.
And I bought this the very next day after I'd bought the brand new one because I just couldn't pass on it.
No.
I mean, this is what I was looking for all along was the original pressing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is an absolutely.
What year was that?
God, I don't know. What year was it?
I don't recall. Let's see.
Yeah, this says 73 at the bottom.
Okay, I was going to say 72.
And that makes sense, actually.
Probably
that makes
recorded in
sense.
72.
But I mean, when you come across something that old,
yep,
that's pristine, I was so happy to find this. I mean, this vinyl, there's not even the slightest mark on this vinyl anywhere. It's just perfect. Both of them. So anyway, got that. Very happy to get that. Let me put this away before something happens to it. Okay, so what do we got going in the chat? Look at that. Man of Many Voices has come in. Manav, how are you?
This is why you may not have
Is
found
this
this.
is this is this where the dogs of society howl?
This is a European pressing.
Oh, that's a European pressing.
Yep. Now here's the record I wanted to share with you that you might want to look at.
Okay.
It's Elton John live in Melbourne,
Oh
live
yeah,
with the
yeah.
Melbourne Symphony.
I have really gotten into. Oh, look at that.
This is
And
a
is that a double album? Did you say
yes,
also? Okay,
yes.
okay,
This is a fantastic album, and it does have uh, her song on it. What Candle in the
okay.
Wind? Yeah.
Yeah, Candle in the Wind.
Let's see.
That's a
60
great
years
song.
on, I need you to turn to greatest discovery tonight. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. The king must die. That's a good one. Take me to the pilot. Tiny Dancer. God, he does it. This is all live, and he does it remarkably.
Wow,
It's well recorded. Have mercy
that's
on the
great.
criminal. Madman across the water. Candle in the wind. And side four is burn down the mission. Your song. Don't let the sun go down on me. Excellent, excellent selection.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I love live albums. I started a collection of
When they're mic'd right, yeah.
Fillmore East live albums,
And
and
then I think this is my next favorite. 17 11 17.
okay, nice.
Yeah. And that's another double album. But yeah, Elton's
Yeah,
awesome.
Elton has a lot of double albums.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of really cool gatefolds, like the Yellow Brick Road. One side folds out from the center. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yep, good stuff.
Good to hear that, Manav. Dan, the Speaker's Corner version, 2006, supposed to be an amazing sound wise, but I passed on it back then. $68. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Um, yeah, I mean, we all like good sounding vinyl, but some people are taking this to the
Wow.
extreme anymore.
$300 for a MoFi? Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was that? Music
I'll
Sanctuary?
tell you something. When I bought the two Yellow Brick Road albums, one being the newly remastered, well, remastered a couple of years earlier, but and then the OG. I thought, well, okay, this sounds like I've got a show here. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to compare these two albums track by track, and I'm not exaggerating. I wound up not doing it, but I spent several nights listening to sometimes the same song 3 to 5 times on both albums. And then I was taking notes on how I was comparing them. And to tell you the truth, the only one I couldn't find any distinction between was Candle in the Wind. Every other song, the OG was beating the remaster.
Yeah.
And it was pretty clear too. I mean, I listened to them, over and over to give them both the benefit of the doubt, but the
Sure.
OG was just superior to the remastered. If you only had one, whether it was a remastered or not, you're going to like it. They both sound good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's another thing altogether to stand in the middle of your living room, surrounded by 6 speakers, and a 7.2, channel surround system. Stand there in the middle of the room with your eyes closed, trying to hear every nuance you possibly can, and then doing it again and again and again. But it does take that to find the difference, for me anyway.
Okay. How are you spreading it out through 7 channels?
Oh, no. That's just my stereo is a 7.2, a surround sound stereo. I wasn't spreading it out.
Oh, okay. I
No,
thought you were
I was just remarking about the type of equipment I have.
Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were playing a 2-channel album. I'm like, huh?
No. Yeah, no. I'm not that sophisticated when it comes to this stuff. Most of my albums sound good to me, and none of them are MoFi.
Yeah. No, I was a gearhead before I got really deep, and once I got done with where I wanted to go with my system, though of late wanting to do something, but I got it to a point where I said, okay, now I can start investing in media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've bought a lot of vinyl this past couple of years. I
Mm,
probably
you and the
I
rest of the world, I think, Royce.
you know I tell you I probably buy 5 albums per week. You know, and I've got some I haven't even had time to listen to. I have some I haven't got the shrink open on
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
They come in so fast sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just you were probably here when I showed it the other day. The Led Zeppelin Mothership, multiple
Yeah. Yeah.
albums.
We discussed that. Love
Yeah,
it.
discussed that, and I'm waiting for some other things that. Well, Hackney Diamonds I ordered that weeks ago by the Rolling Stones,
Yep.
and that's due out in 5 days. It's due out on the
Did
20th.
you order the black version or the baseball version?
Uh, the
The
baseball
Yeah,
version.
you can order from Rolling Stones directly and get an album that's dedicated to your baseball team. It'll have
But
the
no, I didn't.
logo
I
and
didn't.
all.
No, I didn't even know that. It's the
Yep.
basic. It's a basic album.
Oh,
It's
okay.
also available where I ordered it. You could have ordered it in green, another color with even an
Yeah.
alternate cover.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it was a premium. I think it ended up being about $50 American shipped and everything from Rolling Stones
No
versus
kidding.
yeah. By the time you got done with shipping, tax, title, and tags.
Those guys are pretty smart marketing. They
Well,
really.
either they are or the people they hired to do it are.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But
that
either
might
way,
that might that might make more sense
then
actually.
again, they've been in the business long enough to learn a thing or two, maybe.
Hey, Manny, were you talking about my cup? If you knew where I'd been working out in the heat, uh,
Where are you at
this
in the heat?
well, okay. I live on the Central California coast.
Oh,
My
okay.
personal home's only 11 miles from the ocean, Morro Bay, Cayucas. But working up at Lake Nacimiento, it's very warm up there. It might even have hit close to 100 last week.
Oh,
I'm working on a house that I actually have for sale,
oh,
and
yeah,
trying to get that all done. I think we talked about that a little bit
yeah,
before.
yeah. Because
But
we're down
it's been hot
this.
up there, and I'll tell you what, I've been working on my back underneath the deck. I spent several days in a row down there ripping out dry rot and fungus deck joists and replacing them with
Yeah,
pressure treated. And you talk about a tough job. I mean,
yeah.
it was very rocky underneath the deck,
Uh,
and the sharp rocks and stuff.
of course, there's no
I
other
had a
time,
blanket,
right?
a foam pad, on
There
top
you
of the
go.
blanket that I would lay on, and I was beat up every time I come out from
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
there. I mean, it was rough, but it is what it is. That's
Yep.
construction. Some jobs are easy, some jobs are a little
Yeah, we
tougher.
finally got a break from the heat. It was nice and cool out today. We're down to 61 degrees right now. Had a
Yeah,
cold front
that's
come
yeah.
through.
No, it's been cool here. It's been cool here at my house
Okay.
too. But like I said, I get a coastal influence. I'm only 11 miles from the ocean. We get a breeze in the afternoon and things like that. Doesn't freeze as much as it does downtown. Doesn't get as hot as it does downtown. It's like we're like 10 degrees cooler in the summer, 10 degrees warmer in the winter. And so we get a break up here. But it's not that the whole county's not like that. It gets
It's a
really hot in some areas.
Yeah. Dan wants to know, do the
Okay.
spiders and bugs bother you working in construction?
Let's see. Where is that comment at?
It's,
Okay.
Dan
Oh, here he is.
Goucher.
Dan
I hope I
Goucher.
didn't mess up your name.
No, I think you said it just right. Okay, Elton John. Okay, I must be going there. Dan Goucher. Speaker's corner version. Okay. It's further down, further
Yeah,
down.
I'm down at the
Well, you
bottom.
know what? I every once in a while, because I'll tell you, Dan, I'm also a as well as a building contractor and a real estate agent. I'm also a CREA certified home inspector.
Yeah.
And what happens when you're a home inspector, about 50% of the houses you go out to inspect are on a raised wood floor. And sometimes you're like pulling yourself on your stomach because there's just that much room underneath there, And you got to climb around underneath there and, see if it's anchored down with anchor bolts and if all that's done properly, if the framing looks good, is there dry rot or there termites? Well, I'm not looking for termites, but
Right.
I'm not even supposed to use the word termite. They don't like home inspectors saying
Yeah,
termite,
no,
but
that's evil.
that's evil.
Yes.
But anyway, so every once in a while I'll encounter a black widow or two. I'll never forget one time I pulled the hatch off a crawl space to crawl underneath the house, and a black widow, went
Yeah.
like this and up above the space that I've got to now crawl through,
Hmm.
and it's like, oh my God, why does this always happen to me? So I'm climbing through, and my wife, who's my partner in the home inspection business and does the inspections with me, yells, she thinks she's funny. She yells, Royce, the Black Widow. And I'm about halfway in the entrance of this
Oh,
thing. And
that's
I'm thinking
bold.
like the Black Widow's dropped on me, right? And my
Yeah.
my hand swung back, hit the edge of the concrete on the
Ouch.
curb wall I'm going through, split my hand open,
Yeah.
and I crawled around for the next 30 minutes with blood pouring out of the top of my hand.
Blessing your wife
And,
by
and
name.
and all I could hear was my wife outside laughing.
Yeah. Like I said, blessing your wife by name.
Right.
Oh,
Hey, we've been joined by my
hey,
my
Michael.
good friend Michael Nolan, the bottom line, and I'm
Good to
going to
see
put
you.
a link up because Michael's been dealing with some things at home, and he
Yeah.
hasn't come on as often as he used to. But we'd
Well,
love to have you on, Michael. And I just put a link up,
I was
and
asking
we're
about his
covering
better.
covering a Bernie Taupin interview about Bernie. Bernie and Elton going back in the studio. They're writing songs together. So, it's kind of contagious right now. Everybody's wanting to come out with a new album. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Elton John was actually good. It was very good. Yeah, the more diva he became,
Yeah.
and letting D and the gang slip through his fingers, the less I like the guy. That's funny. Okay, so I got a link up. We'll jump back up, catch some more of the
186
chat. Look at this, Psycho's Platter. Did that album cover come out in quad anywhere back then? Now, are you talking about Yellow Brick Road?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think you are. Um, I've never
Oh,
seen it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
the person that would know is David.
David,
Yeah, David
David,
would know.
yeah.
He's got a
Safe and
boatload.
Sound Audio
Yep,
Excursion.
David
Yeah.
Bianco has a boatload, but it's let's see, it is 1, 2, 3. It's 4 in the morning there.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
oh,
7
in
hours
Sweden.
later.
He's in Sweden,
Yes,
right?
yes, he's in Sweden. So it's about 4 in the morning. So then
Gotcha.
again, he was on here last night till 4 in the morning. So
Oh, I'm telling you, I keep coming across it. I haven't had a chance. It's almost 3 hours long.
he picked up some really great deals,
Oh,
some
he
nice
did.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, he did.
So is he
I'm
showing
gonna let
showing
him.
that on that show?
No, he's not showing. He just shared it with me. I'll let him surprise everybody and show it. But
Right,
yeah,
right,
very very
right,
nice.
right,
He's there for work, but he's also there for pleasure. He's been
right.
hitting a bunch of different places,
Oh,
so
has he?
he's a good man. Yep,
Oh no, yeah, Dave is a great man.
yep,
Yeah, I miss him. He hasn't been on in a few shows, but he's been
yeah,
busy. He's been at that Austin record show, and now
yeah.
he's in Sweden.
He
And
went to Austin, then to Houston, pick up some stuff, and now he's
yeah,
so
yeah.
this is Tuesday will be the end of week 1, and he's there for 3 weeks. So
Okay, okay. So he's there on business, you say?
yes,
Okay.
yeah, he's been there quite a few times. We discussed. I'd been to Sweden as well, just not the same region, but he'd been every place I had been. So it was nice to discuss it.
Yeah, I haven't been to Sweden. I've been to Amsterdam and
Yeah, been there
Italy and
and there.
London, and I enjoyed
I
all three of them.
hadn't been to London, hadn't been to
Yeah.
England.
London was a lot of fun because there's a lot of rock and roll history there, and we
Right,
were kind of
right.
trying to tour those types of areas.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Wait for
yeah. We
this.
went we went to the flat that Harry Nilsson owned, where both Mama Cass and Keith Moon died. The same flat. He used to
Yeah,
lend it out to all his friends,
yeah.
and we saw we were Trident Records, Trident Studios. We stopped by there and just different things. But it was fun, you know. I would definitely go back to London. I had a good time there. Michael Nolan. Thanks, Eric. Royce, I couldn't do it. You must be talking about climbing underneath houses. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about it. I mean, one of my first experiences climbing underneath the house was my own house, and I got to a really tight spot, and there was a big, like 16-inch ductwork, heating and cooling ductwork. And I looked up, I was getting ready to start banging on something. I looked up, and directly over my face were two black widows. That's probably about as close as I came to having a heart attack and dying, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I almost had a panic attack or something. It was insane.
I don't even want to say snake.
Snake.
Yeah.
No, I grew up in the Nevada desert, a few miles outside of Las Vegas and Henderson, and we encountered a lot of snakes, a lot of them. In fact, I probably killed a half a dozen rattlesnakes out in the desert lizard hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, we get
Did
a
Goodbye Yellow
variety
Brick
of
Road come out on
poisonous
Reel to
snakes
Reel?
here.
Does anybody know if Goodbye Yellow Brick Road came out on Reel to Reel? It seemed like just about everything was available in those early 70s on Reel to Reel. That was a big media. Good friend of mine had one, and I can't even tell you how many tapes came with it when he bought it from a friend of his. But what an excellent sounding. Those Reel to Reels were great. Okay, so Elton John. Okay, does anybody in the chat have a favorite Elton John album or a story they want to share? Okay, there's a good book called "Won't Get Fooled Again." The Who won't get fooled again, which tells the story of the Who, focuses on the period of Who's Next and Quadrophenia. Nice. Yeah, I'd like to read. I got a book I'm reading now. I got to finish that and move on. Hey, Mr. Nolan, good to hear the wife is doing better on Rachel's stream this morning. Yeah, I was there this morning too. I don't get to watch Rachel's that often because I've been leaving early for work, and she starts at 6 a.m. And so the weekends are my best opportunity to watch. Did you walk across Abbey Road? Yes, James, we walked across Abbey Road a couple of times. Yeah, no, that was cool. That was
Did you
cool.
get any pictures?
Well, I don't know if I made all kinds of short videos and took just hundreds of pictures. So I probably have something, but it wasn't, I should have done it differently.
An intentional replication.
Right.
I mean, how do you go there? Yeah, I guess all the excitement and the busy, and it takes time to do that.
Yeah, no, I know. I tell you what, you stand there next to the river in London, and you look up and down the river, and everywhere you look, there were cranes on top of skyscrapers. It was like, it just seemed like things were absolutely booming there. Yeah. This is thermal. This is thermal. I mean, this really does an amazing job. I work all day on a hot day, and there's still ice at the end of the day, and there's still a chunk of ice cubes frozen together when I get home. Yeah, it works really well.
Just, I guess you don't have any friends that tell you, "Hey, let's go out and have just one."
Well, my wife.
Yeah, here you go. I don't know. I don't know if I trust your wife though. Spider.
Right. Okay, so Michael says, I don't hate Elton. His classic stuff is awesome. He lost something on the way, and I wasn't crazy about his rededicating material when Diana died. Oh yeah, from Norma Jean to Diana, yeah. But Tumbleweed Connection would be my fave. Yeah, no, I love Tumbleweed Connection. That was my fave for a long time, and it might still be. I do like Yellow Brick Road. I think it's 73. I think that's a great album too. First Don't shoot me. I'm only the piano player, man. Okay. Okay. Reel to reel. Yes to reel to reel. Psycho's Platter just answered your question. Yes, they did have a reel to reel. Uh, Someone recently paid $115. Oh, okay. That's interesting. The video of Elton shopping at Tower Records in '76 is awesome, except you can't always see what records he's looking at specifically. Okay. His work with Bernie is on Lennon McCartney. That's exactly, and Michael,
Yeah.
I said that earlier.
Yeah.
I said that earlier. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just absolutely amazing. Hey, Jeff Davidson. Hi, Queen Caitlin. That's great. And hi, Royce. Thanks, Jeff. Good to see you, buddy.
Wow.
Thanks for showing up. The mug would be good in the winter too. Yeah, it would be good in the winter too. I actually have two of them. The reason my wife bought me this one, the one I was using, was actually a little bigger around and it didn't have a handle on it. Try to pick that up and take a drink out of it driving.
No, not happening.
No, no. Not if you want to get home with any teeth.
Or wearing it.
Yeah, wearing it for sure.
Yeah.
So Novice, what have you been doing? You've been doing any shows on your own channel lately, or?
No, I visited a few. I did a first. A driving live stream. I don't know. I think some people viewed it, but I wasn't on but for like 10 minutes just to just see how it works, because I hadn't done that before.
Oh,
I
okay.
was on with John. What's the name of his channel? He's usually walking and talking. Isn't that terrible?
Okay.
I'm horrible with names. Anyway,
Well, it happens all.
so my wife comes in. I'm outside working today, and I see a couple boxes on the chair sitting back there, and one box sitting on top of a box I'm throwing out. So I just figure it's trash. The missus comes in and says, honey, this is a box for you. Here, I thought it was trash. It was a box of records.
No, you're kidding me.
I'm like, on a Sunday yet? I'm like, okay. So I brought them in, I cleaned them up, and I was trying to
Nice.
listen to a few of them. I had the tubes. I had my turntable on all day today. It was nice.
Yeah,
And
no, I
the
I
only
like
problem
doing
is
that.
it's 61 degrees outside right now, and I have the air conditioner on because my room's about 80 degrees.
Oh, I see.
Those tubes heat a room up.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah,
so
yeah.
come wintertime, I won't need to turn the heater on so much. The rest of the house will be saying, "Oh, it's cold in here." I'm like, "Come on
Oh,
in
I
here.
know.
It's
I
just nice
just
and
I just put
toasty."
well, it's been 3 or 4 months now, but I put a brand new heating and air conditioning unit in my house. And let's see what went out first. Okay. The air conditioner went out first. And so, we don't like utility bills. We don't run
No,
our heating and air a lot. We've gone entire summers without running our air conditioner.
you can't
And
do that in Louisiana.
yeah, yeah. But I
You
mean,
just,
we have. So when the air conditioner went out, it was like,
eh,
yeah, we know we need to replace that, especially if we want to sell this place the coming year.
yeah. Well, that gives
But
you the opportunity to shop.
yeah, but no panic, no panic. So
Right,
anyway,
right.
so then after 2 years, the heater went out. Well, that's a different story.
Ah,
That's a completely different story. Okay, with no heat, and
yeah,
that became intolerable in no time at all. So
yeah.
I finally did what I had to do and
Bless
put this huge system, 5 tons of air, 110,000 BTUs of heat.
you.
And
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, man, that thing blows hard.
yeah. Oh,
And
now it's electric.
no, no, well, the heating is gas, and
Okay.
the
Oh,
cooling
yeah,
is electricity.
yeah. Gas units are great.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah.
I have two five ton units in the restaurant downtown, and and the ceilings are 12 foot, and I can heat 3,500 square feet in no time. I can bake in that room in
Right,
no time.
right, right. Nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no,
that's at the
this heater,
restaurant
I mean,
though.
I didn't realize just how bad the unit I had was until I put this one in.
Well,
I
here's a
mean,
good story. This 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 summer got really hot, and I could hear the cage, the blower, starting to squeak. I'm like, well, that's not a good sign, it's not going to get better by itself. So I called my man. I said, well, it's squeaking pretty good, and it's going to get worse, I'm sure. When you have time, come on
right,
out,
right.
because he was busy. It was 105 here for a month, just about. So he comes over. He said, well, it's really hard to get units, and I don't think you need a unit. Let me takes the blower out, takes it back to his shop. He pulls a squirrel out of it. Literally, he showed me
I mean, a
pictures.
real squirrel.
A dead squirrel. It fell
That's funny.
asleep in there, and when it kicked on, it must have killed him. But my
Oh
blower,
God.
half of the blower was full of squirrel,
Oh
and
no.
never smelled it. Nothing. He'd rotted out, and
Yeah.
they replaced that and knock wood. But I was like, if I hadn't seen the pictures of it, I would never have believed there was a squirrel in my blower.
No, no, yeah, that's bad,
Yeah, but at least it wasn't a whole unit. It was
I'm,
just the blower. So
I
I'm
mean,
grateful for that.
yeah, grateful for that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my unit was, let's see, I built this house and I started building it in 83. I'm a building contractor,
Yeah.
but I was doing it weekends and evenings all by myself, just trying to save money.
Mm-hmm.
And so it took me like a year, and it's 3,250 square feet.
Yeah, that's a pretty
But
good pace for one person, with even with
yeah,
some help now and then.
yeah, somebody once and again.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got her done, and so that's how old that furnace is, 1984,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
the old one, So
Yep.
it definitely I definitely got my money's worth out of it.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the unit downstairs. That's the age my house was built, and yeah, it's
Well,
still rocking and rolling.
yeah,
Knock
yeah.
wood.
I tell you, when I do like home inspections for people, if that furnace is even over 15 years old, I recommend yearly cleaning and servicing because of its
Yeah,
age.
yeah. But and they just don't build things like they used to.
No, they don't. They
I
don't.
have the window unit. I can't freeze out the whole house just because
Right.
my tubes heated this one room. So I have a window
Right.
unit. It's built by White Westinghouse. You're old enough
Okay.
to remember White
Oh
Westinghouse.
yeah, I still see those. Yeah.
Yeah, but not for sale. Well, this unit was bought in '88, and I've been using it ever since.
Okay.
And I mean, it still works. Nowadays, you go buy a window unit, a few seasons, and you need another one.
Yeah, it's
They're just
terrible.
built to
Everything,
die.
it built to die.
Yeah.
All the
Yep.
appliances, the refrigerators.
Yeah, I
Your
have a
repair guy comes
microwave.
out and they'll tell you.
Yep. Kenmore bought the same year as that air conditioner. Sure enough, we use it all the time. Good to go. Yeah, just planned obsolescence is a horrible thing. And the worst part is it goes into landfills because everything's throwaway. Your
Right.
CD players,
Oh yeah,
everything. And
everything.
I mean,
You want a CD player? Go down to your local thrift store. You might find one for $20. I did.
if that
It's
much.
behind me. Yeah, if that
Yeah.
much. Right.
Yeah. And it's just a
I
shame
bought
that there's no
yeah.
quality anything.
Right. Right. Yeah, Dan Goucher's asking if you guys get raccoons in your backyard. Well, I can say, I'm not sure you were addressing that too, but I can say for sure that we came home one night, the dogs ran through the garage chasing a raccoon.
Yeah.
And so as we started to go up, there's like 3 steps into the hallway from our garage. We looked down between the chest freezer and the steps we were going up. There were 4 raccoons
Yep.
huddled together there. So yeah.
Yeah, I back up to the woods right here behind me. So
Oh,
I
do
have
you?
all kinds of critters out there.
Oh
That's why I
God.
was saying snakes.
Did you see that little video I put on? I was driving to work the other day up in the city of Paso Robles, going up to the lake, that job I was telling you about. And the crazy thing is, an elk, I had to stop in the road to let an elk pass in front of me. And I had never even heard they were in Paso Robles.
Wow.
Now, I know there's an elk herd, and there's a couple of military bases, Camp Roberts and Fort Henry Leggett. and I know that they sell elk tags every year and stuff like that. So
Right.
then that's not too far away, really. So it just really caught me by surprise.
Yeah,
I
it's
actually pulled my camera out and I made a short video, and
yeah.
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, I was coming down the stairs Friday morning, and I stopped and looked out the little window next to the front door, and I looked. There's 4 deer right outside my front door just grazing. You know, uh, Johnny L,
Johnny
Hey, good
L, hey, how you
evening.
doing,
what's
bro?
up? Are you stalking me?
Yeah, I am. How did you know?
Good to see you,
Hey,
I was,
Johnny, are you an Elton John fan?
Elton
yes,
John.
actually,
Good one.
I
Oh,
like
did
his
you say
the old
I'm
the
sorry. Did
yeah,
you
I like
say
the old
elk, John?
thing. Pardon?
Elton, Elton,
That's what
no,
I'm
Elton,
sorry,
Elton
Johnny. Go
John.
ahead.
The Yellow Brick Road album. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Yeah.
I
got,
like
I've
Benny
got.
and the Jet. I think it has
Oh
Benny and
yeah,
the Jets on
No,
there
it's
too, right?
Benny
yeah,
and
Yeah,
the Jets.
yeah, I
yeah.
like
No,
that.
that's
I
a
like
good
that
song.
album. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
I've got two copies of that.
I'll
The
tell you,
original pressing and the remaster.
I
Ah.
like the live in
Yeah.
Australia better in Melbourne. I'll
Yeah.
guarantee it.
I was just listening to. I got this box set from Jethro Tull. Broadsword with CDs.
Oh,
and
okay.
and holy cow, what a great
Did you say you
set of
just got?
CDs.
Did you
Pardon?
say you just got that?
Yeah, I just got that. Yeah,
Well,
and
what are some of the albums in there? Do you have like
oh crap.
Aqualung in there?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
Aqualung. Hold on, I could check uh the oh crap. Okay, so it's a 40th anniversary Monster Edition.
Okay.
Um, um, it has Aqua. I was hoping it would have Aqualung, and it does. Because I had the album way back when, and I don't have it anymore. It was DX's favorite album, so she took it. But yeah, it has different CDs with different tunes in it. And
Nice.
I was just listening to the first CD number one, and boy, excellent, really excellent CDs. Really good music.
One of the things that I think I have five um, five Jethro Tull albums, vinyl albums, including
Ah,
including Aqualung. And I saw him in concert. I think it was 1970, 1971 in Las Vegas at
mhm.
what was called the Ice Palace. It was actually an ice skating rink in, of all places, Las Vegas.
Huh.
But they also did some concerts there. And
Their NHL
like,
team's great.
what's that?
Their NHL team is
Oh,
great.
yeah. Well, they went to the chat. Didn't they? Did they win it all their first season, or they went to
No,
the?
they went to it their first
Yeah, they
season,
went
but
to
came
it.
up
Well,
just short.
that's pretty
That
remarkable,
was
though.
incredible. Their first season was the this happened to be the same year where the shooter from the hotel, but they put on such a
Yeah.
demonstration.
The Jason Aldean concert. Yeah.
Yeah, they put on such a demonstration, the team, of respect and love and recognition throughout the
Okay.
whole season. I mean, it's Vegas; they know how to put on a show, and
Right.
they do every game. But they really did an excellent job. The first year they went and they didn't win it, but this year, this past year, they won it their sixth season, and they said they would.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's incredible that a team could do something that way
That
because
new. Yeah. And that's the
yeah,
Knights, right?
yes,
The Knights. Yeah. Well,
and
all kinds of sports teams have moved to Vegas now. They've got the
yeah,
Raiders. They have the
there's
Knights.
money in Vegas. I mean,
Well, there's money in Vegas. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I wonder how much anymore, though. I mean, they must have the tightest slot machines on the planet. I mean, it's
but
terrible. It
they've
used to be. See,
expanded it.
I grew up out there, and they would give you practically free meals. I can remember
Oh yeah,
39-cent breakfast with
yeah,
bacon, eggs, toast, frickin' pancakes. Then it went up to 59, then 79, then
well,
$1.19. But the whole idea was to get you into the
yeah,
casino.
sure.
The food was like they would throw the food at you for next to
It's
nothing.
called a lost leader in the business.
Well, exactly. And now they've got
Yeah,
all these celebrity chefs.
Yeah.
You can't have a dinner without spending, $100 a person.
Yeah.
And it's just anymore. It's just we used to go a lot because I grew up back there and I had family and friends back there. So we'd go back there to visit, but we'd also, of course, go out to Vegas.
Sure.
And I mean, I worked out there in my youth as a teenager. I worked at 3 different casinos. I worked at the Fremont. I worked at let's see, the Fremont and another one downtown on Main on the downtown. Um, let's see, the Fremont. Oh, and Binion's Horseshoe Club.
Yeah.
I worked in both of those as a busboy or something, maybe a dishwasher at times. It paid more. But then I worked on a casino out at the Strip too. It was called the Hacienda. When you were coming in on the LA freeway, it was the very first casino on the left-hand side. It no longer exists. But I had a great job there, we started out, me and my buddy, his mother worked in the accounting office, so she got us in there. So we're working on the dishwashing machine, the massive machine that takes 5 people, and that was actually fun because you try to get those dishes and those prongs so fast that the guy at the other end, when they came out steaming hot, would have to try to pull them off steaming hot and place them in these spring-loaded things where they go. And the goal was to try to get him breaking dishes back there. That's how fast you get it layering these on the prongs,
It sounds like they were using heat as a sanitizer versus chemicals.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But crazy stuff went on out there,
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I had a couple of the brothers come into the dishwasher and ask for a clean spoon and sit there and like shoot up heroin right in front of you, and just crazy stuff went on there. And so anyway, we left the dishwasher. We started working for the bake chef who made all the pies and cakes. And I swear to God, we'd have to clean that bake room, and it looked like somebody took a couple of 200 pounds of flour, and just everything was covered with flour. I don't know how he got it in some of the places he got it, but he must have been throwing it over his shoulder.
It's airborne. Yeah.
It was everywhere,
Yeah.
And so finally he says to me, "Hey Royce," he goes, "I got another job for you." I go, "Well, what's that?" He goes, "Up in the buffet, we have, the dessert area, big old table full of slices of cake and pie,
Right.
all the different cream pies, banana cream, lemon cream, chocolate cream, coconut cream." I became very familiar with all of them because I would keep them in the back room. And as the supply dwindled out where people could just come up and grab them,
Oh, I thought you were sampling.
I would have to cut the slices up and bring new slices out, And so that was a pretty cool job because I wore this like chef suit, the checkered pants, the double-breasted coat, the big tall hat. I was standing there adjacent to these big giant, windows, and there was a swimming pool right outside, So it was pretty cool. And the guy that carved the meat claimed anyway that he had been the boxing champion of Canada. It was always stuff.
Well,
were you allowed
I'm
to
sure
sample?
you worked there
Oh
uncontested,
yeah.
right?
You didn't have to ask. Go in that back room is like one for them, one for me.
That's what I was talking about.
No,
the
it wasn't
pies.
that bad, but I got to know cream pies and stuff pretty well.
Yeah. How big were you?
No, I wasn't. I probably weighed 165 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't big. I always worked out and played sports and stuff, but a few pieces of pie and I wasn't that bad. At that age. Now it would be horrendous.
Yeah.
Boston cream. There you go. Yeah. Even the what was the other pie? Never mind.
Lemon meringue.
We don't lemon meringue, pecan, lemon meringue.
Love my favorite pecan pie.
No, I know. And that was actually one of my favorites too.
Oh my God.
Banana cream pie.
You can tell it's done right
Banana
if it's
cream,
not too sweet.
Lemon cream, not lemon meringue, but lemon cream.
Oh, okay.
The way he made it was absolutely excellent.
Yeah. It turned his hair off.
I'm not.
So anyway,
I'm not much of a dessert person.
No,
I like my wife and my daughter like desserts. I'm more like, give me the steak and potatoes, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's down to 79 in here now.
Always happy with steak and potatoes. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anyway, let's we got to wrap up here pretty soon. It's we're going over on time, but I just want to say, Elton John, I enjoyed the hell out of the 2 concerts that I went to, and it was interesting that Elton John played, on Hackney Diamonds for the Rolling Stones, and maybe that was a little bit of inspiration for him and Bernie to go back into the recording studio and start writing songs and things like
5 more
that.
days left.
But I'm seeing more and more of our aging rock icons are starting to make new albums, and I'm absolutely loving that.
Yeah.
I expect great things from Hackney Diamonds. I think it's really going to do well.
5 more
I think
days
it's
left until
5 more days. That's right.
Yeah.
Yours is on order. Mine's on order.
Yeah.
You mean wait,
And,
5 more days until everybody starts complaining? Where's my record?
What was it last? Yeah, right. Yeah. You never know.
Who
What was it last
Somebody...
last year? Metallica's 72 Seasons came out, and that's a double album set. I've got that one.
Who was it? Somebody in Canada ordered the Who's last album that they just released again, and he said he ordered it a month ago and he's still waiting.
Oh yeah. I hate it when that happens. I had something like that happen to me once.
Yeah.
Royce.
Oh.
Did you get the one with the colored or the black vinyl or the colored vinyl?
No, it was the black vinyl with the I guess original cover, you'd call it, not the
with
alternate
the heart
covers.
and the dime and the dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the other
Johnny,
one. Yeah.
you thinking of the baseball motif?
No, not the baseball one. No, I got the one with it's the hands like this, but it's like the iconic Stones tongue and lips thing.
Yeah.
Where there's a whole pile of them.
Yeah.
A pile of them, and there's like little eyes with diamonds or something, and
you
there's
know,
there's hands like this. But the vinyl is
and then there's a
blue.
black hand coming up from underneath too. Well, you know what's interesting is all of those were available at the same time.
Yeah.
And it really caught me by surprise. I mean, I don't know whether that's just smart marketing or what,
Yeah, probably
because you don't usually see a bunch of different covers. Some colored vinyl. I mean, that stuff, first they get you to buy the black one, then they come out with the colored one.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Limited edition. Buy now.
Right.
Operators.
Right. That's the way it usually goes.
And then the following week.
There's something about the colored vinyl that I like for some reason. I don't know. I just like colored vinyl.
No, I do too.
Well, black's a color.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like you got me there, but like orange or white or or all kinds of different weird colors.
I've got a lot of colored stuff too, and I enjoy that too.
Yeah.
Even the Montrose I just bought last week is yellow translucent vinyl.
I didn't see that. Did you show it?
Actually, I did show it. Actually,
I missed that. Huh? So
take a look. Yeah, it was kind of a Montrose compilation here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had not seen it at Walmart special. No kidding.
It's a Walmart special.
Oh, that's even
better.
Wow.
1997.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I wish my Walmart would have any of them for night. They're all 20 and up.
Well,
we don't have any of that.
They've been sold out of a lot of stuff, but they've been some
Look
stuff.
At that. Nice. That looks like the same color as the War best of single album that Kevin Gray did on his Tube System.
Okay. Yeah. And
Remember
I've got
that
Bob Seger album in a translucent green that's real pretty too.
Yeah.
I've got Eric Burdon and the Animals, a compilation that's orange. 2 albums set in orange.
Used to be
just a lot of stuff.
The colored albums weren't the same quality, but they've gotten a lot better.
Well, I think they're a lot better now. And I heard the same thing. One of my previous co-hosts actually has his own little pressing plant.
Really?
Called and he works at a pressing plant, but he also has his own. He does all the Mark Slaughter stuff and a bunch of other things, box sets that they put out.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
Royce, before you go, what's the name of that album again? I just want to see what kind of, is it like really heavy rock or what is it again?
Well, Montrose. Montrose has Sammy Hagar singing.
So
Sammy Hagar was in Montrose.
It's not like Metallica or nothing like that. It's a little softer.
No. Yeah, this goes back. I'll tell you what. Why don't I go ahead and read what's on here?
Oh, great! Thank you.
Okay. This was 1973. Montrose got tagged as America's answer to Led Zeppelin. But if
okay.
Zepp was rock's golden medieval chalice, Montrose was his frosty can of brew. Led by session guitar player Wiz, Ronnie Montrose, and vocalist Sammy Hagar. The California-based quartet traded in wrecking ball riffs, driving beats. Traded in, it says. Okay. Driving beats and good time lyrics. These 10 original recordings are a portrait of Montrose in their 70s prime.
Hi, Michael Nolan. I hope Kimberly's feeling better. I'm just, I meant to come on earlier. I think it was 9 you started the stream, I think. And
Right.
I got caught up in this 1940s movie with not Perry May, the one that used to play Raymond Burr.
And
I got caught up in that movie, and then I noticed the time. I said, "Holy shit! I want to go up on Royce's channel."
Oh, well, thank you.
I never paid attention to the bloody time.
I appreciate
I want to come up earlier. Christ. It's like one of these movies you get kind of engrossed in it. And it's like, because I think Raymond Burr was playing he was playing a lawyer, right? And it was a court scene or something. And I was like,
gotcha.
Like that. And then I noticed the time, and I said to my wife, I said, "Shit, I gotta go on the panel." Royce is on there.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment big time. Hey, Michael Nolan just recommended the Montrose album, top notch rock at its best.
If Michael Nolan recommends it,
yeah,
it's got to be good.
Real deal.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Real deal.
Yeah, I'll check it out. If I'm going to check to see what it sounds like, because I don't really like the heavy stuff like Metallica and stuff. I don't really like that. I guess I don't know whether it's because as you get older, your ears start to bleed with loud music.
Well, mine haven't started yet, but I kind of came into Metallica a little more through the back door. Their Black album with so many great songs on it. I thought it was it was great Metallica, but I thought it was a little mellower than some of their earlier albums.
Mellow Metallica, wow.
Well, mellow Metallica compared to some of their earlier albums. That's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing, like The Unforgiven, and I mean, just so many great songs, stuff I was trying to learn on the guitar. And so once I got used to those, it was a lot easier for me to listen to the heavier earlier albums. The point I was trying to make. And so now I like it all, But
when you're used to, like, as my situation, when I'm used to like listening to a lot of doo-wop and the soft R&B and stuff like that, and soul, and then then listening to a Metallica album, it's like
no, it's shit. Total culture shock for sure.
Oh wow. But I'll have to check that album out though, Montrose, and see what it's like. And if I like it, I might get one.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll like it. It's great.
And Michael Nolan says it's good, so I take his word for it anytime. So.
Well, Sammy Hagar on vocals and session guitar player, Ronnie Montrose,
right?
And it's got to be great.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, folks, I want to thank you guys for hopping in and helping me out tonight.
Well, I think Nick done most of the work, but I'll try to make it earlier next time. I'm going to try to set the clock or something. I don't know.
All right, friends. Always
okay, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging with me in the chat here tonight. Thank you, Novice. Thank you, Nick.
Take care.
Thank you, Johnny.
Peanuts.
And
yes,
we're going to sign off. That's what's going on in Royce's world today. And thank you all so much for joining us, and hope to see you all again next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
God bless.